Good morning, friends, and welcome to Trans India. Real people, real emotions. The road transport industry is a sea of opportunities, and while the older companies may be struggling, perhaps due to their age-old inhibitions, there are new age companies who are making a remarkable mark for themselves. They are not just growing by leaps and bounds in terms of volumes, but they are also keeping their bottom line healthy. And for once, this is not a startup that we are talking about. Trans India will be interacting today with a banker turned transporter who quit his well-paying and well-positioned job to join his brother to strengthen the business and carve out a niche for themselves in the road transport industry. Trans India will be talking today to a man who believes that there is one life and hence you have to make it happen during this lifetime. The young man in the spotlight this week on Trans India is Jasveer Singh from Instant Transport Solution, the younger brother of Rajbir Singh, who we had featured in our Legends of Road Transport series a couple of months back. It was only a matter of time before we had to feature the story and the journey of Jasveer. So coming up after this very short break, Part 1 of our interaction with Jasveer Singh from Instant Transport Solution. You are watching Trans India, real people, real emotions.
स्कूल बच्चों का दूसरा घर होता है और इस घर का ख्याल रखना एक प्रिंसिपल के लिए आसान नहीं। पढ़ाई के साथ बच्चों का आराम, उनकी सेफ्टी, छोटी से छोटी चीज़ मेरी प्रायोरिटी है। वैसे ही स्कूल बस चुनना भी एक बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन था। पेरेंट्स का पीस ऑफ माइंड, मैनेजमेंट का भरोसा और बजट साथ लिए चलना पड़ता है। इसीलिए कभी कभी फर्म भी बनना पड़ता है। आखिर कोई अपने बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी मुझे दे रहा है तो कोई बजट की। लेकिन इतने सालों में एक चीज समझ आई है, अगर सही डिसीजन लें तो सबसे ज्यादा प्यार भी प्रिंसिपल को ही मिलता है।
चुनिए महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बसेस। यह है मजबूत ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर, एंटी लॉक ब्रेकिंग, एंटी रोल बार, पैराबोलिक सस्पेंशन, आईमैक्स, वाइडर सीट्स और बेस्ट इन क्लास माइलेज के साथ बच्चों के लिए सेफ और बाकी सब के लिए सबसे स्मार्ट चॉइस, महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बस।
Welcome back to Trans India, real people, real emotions. We are in conversation today with the banker turned first generation transporter Jasveer Singh from Instant Transport Solution. So Jasveer, from an accomplished banker to a transporter, how did this massive career shift happen?
So it's a long story. I used to work with HDFC Life in 2011. So we are a joint family. We were having a discussion, then Rajbir, my elder brother, who started Instant Transport, and he said, why don't you come and let's take it instant to some another level. So I discussed with my wife, then we figured it out, and she also said that one life, make it happen. So yeah, that's how it started. So it's a family business which was started in 2004. So we are kind of a joint family wherein we were living together. So day in day out I was seeing happening this transport.
So when was Instant Transport established?
Yeah, so Rajbir, my brother, he started Instant Transport in 2004. Okay, so he worked with various logistics and transportation companies. So he also used to be a salaried person before starting this. So this is a first generation business for us. So we both brothers, started this, and yeah, so He worked with DTDC, he worked with Om Logistics, he worked with TNT Express. That point of time it used to be Speedage. Yeah. So he was kind of handling all India operations or the VP operations based out of Mumbai in 2003. Then he said, Jasveer, so I want to start this business, and you have also started, earning. So I started my career with Citi in 2002. So I was working with Citibank, and so that's how the journey started. So I was taking care of, family. He was building the business.
Jasveer, what was your initial assessment of the industry, and did you try to imbibe the banking culture in your organization?
So when I joined Rajbir in 2011, so Rajbir started, we changed the office. He took a, like this room, kind of this room size. So he made the sitting arrangement, together, two seats like that. So it was a small office. Then I was there, trying to understand. But then I thought that, okay, let me understand the business from the basics. So we opened a hub in Bilaspur, the trucking yard. Till then, we were not having a proper trucking yard. So because our fleet size was around 50-60 vehicles that point of time. So in Bilaspur, we took a farming land, then converted it into a yard. So that's where my journey actually started. And so coming from a background wherein in HDFC Life, our CEO Amitabh Chaudhary, the current CEO, MD and CEO of Axis Bank, even he used to say, call me Amitabh. So there was no culture of, calling by Sir, Shriman, Babuji, Saab. So that culture was not there. So that was very kind of stark reality for me. So drivers used to come, Babuji, and they used to stand there like khade hue hain. So that was a different kind of experience for me. So I used to offer tea, because that's what I learned in the banking and the insurance sector. So I used to treat them differently, and they were used to a different kind of treatment. Yeah, so that was a very contrast reality of this sector which I faced in the beginning. But eventually I got used to it. I mean, when I say used to it, so I try to change that atmosphere there in Bilaspur. So I used to sit with drivers, then have a conversation with them, offer tea. So we became kind of friend, because even as a person, I am not that kind of authoritative person.
So Jasveer, how are you as an individual in terms of, the cultural shift from a banker to a transporter?
So as a person, I believe that it's a 50-50 game. So you have to give something to take something. So yeah, so I started that from,
How many trucks were there with Instant Transport Solution when you joined the business?
We used to have 50 to 60 trucks that point of time. So we were a small regional company trying to explore in the national market. We were kind of, Rajbir has set it up very well. But still, that was a typical transport company of, 50-60 trucks and doing mostly regional. And so it was a perfect platform to take it upward.
Jasveer, what were the factors that attracted you to take the leap of faith from a secured white-collar job to entering a sector that is known for being harsh as well as unorganized?
So before coming to your question, so it was indeed a very tough decision. Okay. I took almost 10 promotions in less than 9 years of my corporate career. And that was kind of, if you say so, I was being paid very handsomely. And I was taking care of a territory. I was a territory manager, taking care of Gurgaon piece. And if you see that trophy, that is like my last month trophy. So typically in a transition period, when you are on a notice period, that's a honeymoon kind of period. But we as a team talked in my last month. And that was because, a performer is always a performer. This is what I believe. And so I was not being relieved. So I served a complete 3 months notice period before coming to joining Instant. So that was, so obviously when you are a performer, you are, doing, you're in top 5 teams or top 2, 3 every month. So company, nobody want to relieve a performer. That's the irony, or maybe that's a good part of the story, that nobody want to leave the performer. So, and it was tough because after, once you leave the job, you are on your own. You have made a decision. But yes, we thought that, okay, we will make it happen, because the kind of experience Rajbir had, that really helped us or Instant to grow to that level in 2011. And I was sure that Instant is going to go the places. So I was 100% confident. And since, I thought that what can I bring to the table? Okay. So in the sales, we used to a word called WIFM. What is in it for me? Okay. So I thought that, okay, it is a industry wherein you can do a lot. So transportation in 2011 versus transportation today, it was very different than today. Okay. Though it was very different what it used to be in 2001 and 2011. So, but still it was very raw. It was unorganized. Even today it is not that organized, but that point of time it was very unorganized. And there was a certain need of professionals joining in this industry, because trucking per se, it used to be seen as a very layman profile. Okay. So the kind of, how do you see, it was a kind of, if you want to do something in life and you could not do anything, then you have become a transporter, or you have joined the trucking industry, or it is your family business. So that's a different thing. If it's your family business, then obviously that is a different thing. But we started this knowingly that, okay, this is the sector. Even Rajbir started this knowing that, okay, this sector has a potential. So I saw that potential. I saw that, okay, we can bring a lot of learning from my professional career into this sector.
Was there a thought somewhere in the back of your mind that you would bring a lot of learnings from your professional background into the company?
Like customer service was one of the parameters which I thought that, okay, it needs to be introduced into this. And trust me, it was missing. And Instant, so because I was part and parcel of this game every day. It's not that I was not the part directly, but we used to hear this. So this company, Instant Transport, got started on a different, theme.
Jasveer, 2011 to now, what are the major transitions that this industry has seen according to you?
I think if I have to tell you, I have seen a lot in last 11 years. So diesel that point of time used to be 40 rupees per liter. Okay, the toll of Delhi to Bangalore, Delhi to Chennai used to be 11,000 rupees. Now the toll amount is close to 24,000 rupees, and for multi-axle it is 27,000 rupees. The vehicles, the cost of vehicles from that point of time, it has gone almost around 2.25 times, to be precise.
So, do you think that you got in at just the right time?
We are sitting on a great opportunity at this point of time. So last 10 years and next 8 years, I must say that this has been a crucial time of my life. And I have seen, or maybe I have entered this transport industry that point of time when it was actually witnessing and the transformation actually was getting started. And now we are sitting at the pinnacle of this. And next 8 years, if you can't make it in next 8 years, then obviously you can make it never.
Friends, the road transport industry has many factions and it is pertinent to make the right choice, which again is not an easy task. You have specialists in the transport industry and then you have transporters catering to all kinds of segment. Instant Transport Solution chose to be in the express version of the industry, which is amongst the most challenging segments in the industry. There is immense pressure to deliver not just in time, but in quick time. So how does the company deal with this pressure? We will continue our interaction with Jasveer Singh on the other side of this very short break. You are watching Trans India, real people, real emotions.
स्कूल बच्चों का दूसरा घर होता है और इस घर का ख्याल रखना एक प्रिंसिपल के लिए आसान नहीं। पढ़ाई के साथ बच्चों का आराम, उनकी सेफ्टी, छोटी से छोटी चीज़ मेरी प्रायोरिटी है। वैसे ही स्कूल बस चुनना भी एक बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन था। पेरेंट्स का पीस ऑफ माइंड, मैनेजमेंट का भरोसा और बजट साथ लिए चलना पड़ता है। इसीलिए कभी कभी फर्म भी बनना पड़ता है। आखिर कोई अपने बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी मुझे दे रहा है तो कोई बजट की। लेकिन इतने सालों में एक चीज समझ आई है, अगर सही डिसीजन लें तो सबसे ज्यादा प्यार भी प्रिंसिपल को ही मिलता है।
चुनिए महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बसेस। यह है मजबूत ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर, एंटी लॉक ब्रेकिंग, एंटी रोल बार, पैराबोलिक सस्पेंशन, IMAX, वाइडर सीट्स और बेस्ट इन क्लास माइलेज के साथ बच्चों के लिए सेफ और बाकी सब के लिए सबसे स्मार्ट चॉइस, महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बस।
Welcome back to Trans India, real people, real emotions. We are in conversation with Jasveer Singh, the banker turned first generation transporter heading Instant Transport Solution. So Jasveer, why did you and Rajbir choose to be an express trucking company and what were the things that you tried to do differently?
In 2011 when I joined, we were having 50-60 trucks, and that point of time, so this company got started as an express trucking company. So Instant is an express trucking company since day one. Because let me just tell you the story in brief. Maybe Rajbir can also tell you this story someday when you meet him. So he used to be on the other side of the table. He used to buy trucks when he was working with TNT and Om Logistics and kind of DTDCs. Then he used to buy the capacity. He used to buy the trucks from the truckers. So he have seen that experience. Maybe that gave him a thought of starting Instant. Okay. So basically he worked with various logistics companies. the express part load companies. So the basic nature of express part load is that you need a time definite deliveries. So maybe from there we started this journey that okay, we need to provide the time definite deliveries. And so when you say express, or so it is not only about the timing, it is also about the experience. So instant is all about the customer experience, the kind of experience we bring to our customer, that need to be an express. And it also have your transit delivery, your placement, on time placements, on time deliveries, and it is also about the customer service, what kind of and the customer service, it is also about how you speak to your customer, how you make them feel, how you talk to them. So do you greet them, how your drivers, so your drivers basically they are your representative. Okay, it's like you need to clone them. Okay, obviously you cannot clone in that fashion, but obviously so they are your representative everywhere when they go to customers. So it is, so there's a saying that children don't learn what you make them learn. They learn from what they observe. Okay, so customer also observe a lot, and your ground force, your people, your team, so they are your messengers to everyone. So you need to build a team wherein whatever, so then it comes to culture, what kind of culture you are building in your organization. So Instant has always been a people's company. It is all about people. It is all about its ground team. It's all about drivers. So yeah, so we have built our people and drivers team, and I think they have done a fantastic job to take it to the customers. And obviously, yeah.
Jasveer, you have surely put in a lot to train your drivers. But still, with the industry facing a shortage of drivers, how do you make sure that you have the right number of drivers, especially with a fleet of 1400 plus trucks, that too being driven in express mode?
So I have heard this story many times. Even on the TV debates, you will see that over 10,000 trucks, you will always have 7,000 drivers. To be precise, 6,900 drivers. But in Instant, we to be very frank, we never faced this kind of situation or the crunch of drivers. And I must tell you that we have 2,800 drivers. So it's like we have a double driver system. Because we are, when I say we are express company, it doesn't mean that truck runs automatically. Okay, it means that we have system and processes in place, and so we have a double driver team which is driving the vehicle. We have a proper CRM, we have a proper tech, we have proper operations. Okay, we have a proper maintenance facility. We have around the clock, en route support to our vehicles. Drivers have never been a problem for us. Driver shortage never impacted us. So what I started in this, this conversation in the beginning, I told you that we treat our drivers very well. So driver shortage is obviously, drivers is a very sensitive subject if you have to discuss. Then so India is a very vast country. We have 1.5 billion people. Okay, even a graduate or the BTech is looking for an opportunity. So why can't he join a trucking industry? Why can't he be a truck driver? Because we have made this industry, the trucking, the driver profession, look so ugly that nobody wants to become a truck driver. So it is, the onus is on us. But in Instant, so it is all about that how you treat your drivers. So we treat our drivers very differently in instant. How do you pay your drivers? Are you a good paymaster or you are a bad paymaster? So this industry, the typical practice, it is whenever it is a time to pay the driver, then you will have disputes. Okay, so you have to become a great paymaster to become a great employer. So instant is a great paymaster in terms of the payments, the wages to the drivers. Okay, you need to respect them, because we have to understand this, that when a driver is on the road, so by the virtue of the reality, what we have today is that driver is not getting respected on the road, be it police, be it RTO or the authorities, the way they treat the drivers, even the normal public, the people where a young lad will come, driving at 60 or 70, he will put the brake. So what it doesn't understand, that the truck, it doesn't run in the same fashion, and if it gets hit, then it's a mistake of the driver. So you will not ask a question, and first you will slap the driver. So see, so what is the treatment? It's a very bad treatment. Drivers are being treated inhumanly, and I don't know this Human Rights Commission, they come into picture of each and everything, but obviously maybe drivers are not being treated as humans. So in instant, we treat them quite well. We train them. So they are semi-skilled. What do you say? They are semi-skilled. So you need to train them properly. We train our drivers that how to so we provide different kind of trainings. We provide those communication skills training also about the road etiquette, the customer etiquettes, the rules, safety, and everything. And so you need to give the facilities to drivers. So we have various schemes in our company wherein we are trying and giving them various facilities. So yeah, so the majorly driver it is about the treatment and the payment. If you are treating them well, if you are paying them well, and yes, one more thing, because we are into express industry, so a driver is able to run his vehicle more. So our vehicle logs around 12 to 14,000 kilometers every month. So obviously, in our industry, drivers are able to earn more handsomely than the other industries, maybe the other sectors in the transport.
This is how challenging is express transportation, since every delivery has to happen within a stipulated time. How do you manage this efficiency?
So now trucking is not trucking. It has become something else. So if you are providing a plain vanilla trucking to your customer, then it is not going to work. This is the time of the solution. So you need to provide the solutioning. So we express, when you say express, so typically express is, as I just said, it's a word which has taken from the part load, express B2B or B2C. In FCL, when you say express, so mostly it is about time definite deliveries. So when you want to do that, so basically you have to build a complete ecosystem. You need to build your company in that fashion. So we have built instant in that fashion, wherein we have a proper CRM department which is working 24/7. Okay, and when we say 24/7, it is truly 24/7. 24/7 means 365 days in a year without any holidays. So we have proper shifts. So we have a proper CRM team. We have a tech team. We have tech support. We have operation support. And in Bilaspur, if I would invite you to visit that facility. So that's a 8-acre facility wherein you will see everything happening at one place, starting from fabricating of a vehicle to maintenance of a vehicle. So we have a facility wherein we can maintain almost 150 vehicles in one single time. We can repair and maintain 150 vehicles in 24 hours. So that's the kind of scale we have today. So that's a great facility. We have good drivers. So once we are a double driver company, wherein so basically there are a person can drive, let's say 8 to 9 hours maximum, and that's what the law permits. So we are able to run our vehicle 16 to 18 hours in a day. So it's all about the engine run hours. So a vehicle can run, if a vehicle can run 16 to 18 hours a day, so it can clock around 800 to 1000 kilometers in a day. And if you are able to run 14-15 days in a month, then you will be able to end up doing 14-15,000 kilometers in a month. So we have that in place. We have our customer service in place. We have basically, you need to basically figure out your loads also in this fashion. So we call it network. So we have built a network in our organization. So when you build a network, it means you have to and fro loads parity in your system. So we have taken or onboarded customers in that fashion. So our rotation of our assets are more than typically if you see the industry. So in our industry, typical running hours are 10 to 11 hours in 24 hours. So basically the utilization of our assets, it is on the poor side. But on the other hand, you said that there's a driver shortages. So it's a catch-22 situation. How do you manage that?
Jasveer, how much has technology helped in building instant transport solution and of course getting it to where it is today?
Earlier we used to have a outsourced ERP. So now in last 2 years, if you see COVID, so in last 2 years we have built our own tech in instant, and it's a beautiful product which we have built. So now we have launched that product internally, and so we are able to manage our business well. So tech is what? Tech is basically it helps you to give better visibility, okay, to manage your resources well. So by the help of the current tech which we have built, we'll be able to reduce our costs as well, and we'll get better visibility of everything.
Well friends, instant transport solution has made a mark for itself in the road transport industry, and the two brothers Rajbir and Jasveer work in perfect tandem to make sure that the customers get what he desires. However, the brothers have taken a giant leap in extending service to the customers with the launch of XP India. So what is XP India and how does it service the customers with top-notch efficiency? We will continue our interaction with Jasveer, but after a fortnight. Next week we will be back with our Legend series, Legends of Passenger Transport, featuring Kamarjit Singh Sani from Bakshi Transport Service. You have been watching Trans India, real people, real emotions. Until next week, stay safe. Jai Hind.